We're in this pandemic world now, and a lot of people have been, I think, willing to tolerate a bit more intrusiveness by the state. How can we ensure that these kind of shifting privacy boundaries reset after the crisis?
One of the main concerns that I have is this change of narrative, where people get accustomed that surveillance is something of your day-to-day. I think that our role in society right now is try to call attention about all the risks the abuse of data can cause to citizens in the future, vis-a-vis insurance, vis-a-vis not only abused by the government but also by the private sector. That's what we are doing right now, trying to call attention to the general user, how the technology works, who will have access to the data, for which purpose, for how long. We are still in the middle of the crisis. We still need to force social distancing, but we need to make sure that technology is only supporting the real work that health ministries are doing to contain the virus. Technology cannot replace manual contact tracing. It has to be a support. To make sure that when the pandemic is over, this is how. At that moment in time, we will have to start writing a game to see whether that happened or not, if the data have been deleted. We need to prepare that if in the future we have another pandemic, all the legal framework is in place and we are making sure that the use of data is done in a proportionate, necessary way. So yeah, there is a lot of things and it's very challenging to be able to monitor all of the technologies, but we will have to wait to see whether those measures will be rolled back. And we hope that with the work we are doing, this narrative about we need to live in a surveillance by default doesn't win. And we are more conscious actually about the use of our data. And this is what we're seeing right now in the news. Many people are not adopting these contact tracing apps because of fear of the use of the data by the government. So that's why we need this kind of legislation to make sure that our privacy is protected.